Forgiveness is a very beautiful concept. It can help you to liberate yourself from heavy emotions such as anger, pain, sadness, and so on. It can help you to let go, create a new path, and start a new chapter in your life. But when it comes to narcissistic abuse, it becomes really important to ask this one single question. Is it important and necessary to forgive the narcissist in order to heal properly? Is forgiveness an important and compulsory step for your healing to happen? These are the questions that I'll be answering today in this episode. Hi, I am Nanish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional, and today I'll be thoroughly talking about why it is not important to forgive a narcissist to heal properly. Before we begin, make sure that you subscribe to this channel by pressing that subscribe button if you're watching this video on YouTube channel, and press that bell icon so that you stay updated with everything latest that I post here. Forgiveness is widely used in different contexts. It's used in therapeutic, spiritual, and other contexts that help people to just grow, move on, and let go. Forgiveness can be a beautiful gift that you can give yourself to get your own closure and just get rid of the burning anger that keeps somehow consuming you. But when it comes to narcissistic abuse, we have to understand that if this forgiveness is pushed, if this forgiveness is forced, it can be counterproductive, or in the worst case scenario, it can cause more harm than any good. Primarily because narcissistic abuse gives you the kind of trauma that is the worst form of trauma known to mankind, in my opinion. You are betrayed in every way possible. You lose a lot of time, a lot of efforts, a lot of opportunities. You lose a part of yourself that you then later struggle to get back. It is more painful than death itself. Talking about forgiveness in the context of narcissistic abuse, if you have been through such kind of trauma, the kind of trauma that I just explained a couple of minutes ago, would it be justified to force yourself to forgive someone who doesn't take responsibility of their actions, is just moving on with their life with the next form and kind of supply, is hardly gives a damn about what happens to you here? You are the one who is dealing with the damage here, and on the other hand, they are going on with their life as if nothing ever happened. Would it be justified to force yourself to believe in the concept of forgiveness when you were betrayed in every possible way? They cheated on you, they humiliated you, belittled you, broke down your personality, abused you in ways that you never imagined would happen, and turned out to be the completely opposite of who they promised to be in the beginning of the relationship. They isolated you. They broke your support system and somehow put you in a corner as if you were a prisoner, and then started torturing and punishing you there. If this is how you feel about the experience that you have been through, then for sure forgiveness is something that you should not be focusing on, unless forgiveness is one of your values and you firmly, truly, fully believe in forgiving people to move on. Forgiveness is a choice, and more so in the context of narcissistic abuse. It's not a compulsion, because people find it really unjust to be forced to forgive someone who doesn't even acknowledge that they have done something bad or wrong to you as a victim. Forgiving them and forcing yourself to do that is equivalent to betraying yourself once again. It's like re-victimizing yourself, but in a way that is hidden. If you are being forced to forgive them and at the same time you do not want to, then you do not have to. Then you have to understand that the person who is asking you to forgive the narcissist doesn't really understand what you have been through. Forgiveness is a choice in your healing journey, and in no way it is compulsory in any form or shape. If I talk about my personal journey, instead of focusing on forgiveness, I focused on something called indifference, and that should be the goal of a survivor. If forgiveness is something that you believe in, then for sure you should go on. You should do it. However, also it should be done at the right time. There is something called premature forgiveness, which means if you forgive the narcissist prematurely, before even resolving your own traumas, then you are going to re-traumatize yourself and feel bitter towards yourself without knowing why. So if you believe in forgiveness, that also should be done when you are ready to do it. And if you do not believe in the concept of it, there is no need for you to forgive. As I was just talking about indifference is something like getting to a point where their existence doesn't matter to you. You don't care about whether they are dead or alive. You don't care about whether they have moved on with another person in their life or not. You do not care about what is going on in their life, and if they think about you, they just become another stranger. They just become an ordinary person who you knew once, who you were in the relationship once. That is my concept and version of forgiveness. And that is what I think helps survivors the most, instead of just saying, I'm forgiving you for what you did and I'm just accepting my life as it is now and I'm choosing to move on. That may not be acceptable for every person out there, for every survivor of narcissistic abuse. And at this point, I'm curious to know your experiences. What do you believe about forgiveness? Do you believe in it? And if you do so, how have you forgiven the narcissist? If you do not, why is it so? Please share your experiences and thought processes in the comments below. It will help me to grow and other survivors as well. In a nutshell, forgiveness is a choice. It depends on the person and it doesn't have to be compulsory in a person's healing journey, and you can choose whether or not to forgive. That is how I would like to end this episode with. I will talk with you very soon in the next one. Till then, let the healing begin.